How's it going, everybody? Sorry I'm like a day late getting this video out than I wanted to be. I've been doing a bunch of work on the Corvette you see behind me. It's got a front bumper back on it. It is the same front bumper. It's pretty thrashed. It's gonna look a little rough at Road Atlanta. A little behind on getting parts on that thing, but like I say, a little late getting this video out. We had our new friends at Wild Willie's here last night filming. They're gonna be doing some neat stuff with us at Road Atlanta. But right now I'm going to go over some of the damage on this thing, and then I'm going to get into the crash itself, so stay tuned. How's it going, everyone? We are here at my shop now, going through the Corvette, kind of doing some post-event maintenance and repair. So I'm going to go through real quick and show you what we had to do on the break between top 16 and top 8, kind of what we were fixing and what all got torn up. So the biggest thing was the right rear here. Couple things. One, this upper control arm was hurt pretty bad. It was bent here and here. Fortunately, our Yellowspeed coilover survived. Our Driveshaft Shop axle, however, did not. It broke this tie rod right here, and the whole wheel turned in like you saw it on the video. And when it did, it pulled the whole CV joint apart on this outer CV right here. So we had to replace that. It also broke this brake line, and this fitting right here, it pulled the fitting out of the caliper. So I had to get a new caliper from Drift HQ. That sucked, but lower survived, Yellowspeed coilover survived, sway bar survived. Obviously the diff was good, but this stuff's kind of a pain to get apart. So we'll work on some serviceability stuff on that side. Let's go around to the front. Got the hood off. As far as the front end, just knocked our headlight cover loose, scuffed up one of our Konig wheels a little bit. May have tweaked the tie rod, I'm not, maybe tweaked that tie rod. Didn't tear up any of our Wildfab stuff. It did tweak my front bumper there. I put a little piece of tape on it to remind myself to fix it. And then obviously our front bumper has seen better days. Unfortunately, there's really no front bumpers to be had. So I'm gonna probably have to zip tie that one back together, which sucks, but is what it is. Coming around to the back, really the only thing that happened here when I got hit in the left rear was just some tire scuffing. Bent the wheel that was on it, but not a real big deal. Didn't wipe out my Liqui Moly sticker, which was cool. But yeah, it, like I say, bent the wheel and flexed in up top there and kind of acted stupid, but all in all, not too bad. A little expensive, but not too terrible of a repair. So I'll kind of go into the crash itself. All right, so you just watched the clip of the crash, right? So there's a couple things to consider here. The first and the most important thing that you need to look at and remember in this is that Nate and I are friends. Not like, hey, how you doing? Passing in the pits. Like, Nate and I have known each other since 2014 or 2015. He makes our shirts. We're friends. We're good buddies. And neither one of us in that moment were trying to go out and crash each other. There's absolutely no ill intent on either of our side there. It's just a thing where we're both trying to win, and we're both driving in as hard as we possibly can. So the second thing to consider is that Nate was sitting on a 0 in that run. So I'll show you a clip here of why that was. So that was our first battle, and he spun coming across the second inner clip, just pushing hard, get on that concrete. It's really, really slick on that concrete. I really can't overemphasize how slick that concrete actually is. So he came across inner clip 2, spun out. At that point, the run was over. So Nate was sitting on a 0 when we came back around for me to do my lead. He's in a position at that point when you're sitting on a 0 where you have to push as hard as you possibly can, because you essentially have to force the lead driver to make a mistake from the chase position. So there's really only a couple things that you can do to force the lead driver to do a 0, and that's be as close. All of it centers around being as close as you possibly can. You have to either essentially intimidate them into like realizing you're there and taking their focus off of what they're doing and dipping 2 tires off or 3 tires off or spinning out, or basically the other option is you've got to put them in a position where they're off throttle in a place where they should be on throttle, and you hit them and a 0 happens. I don't think that's what was happening there. I think it was really just Nate trying to be as close as he possibly could. I came into that outer zone, slowed down for the turn, and then was getting back on throttle. Nate hit me. He hit me with the back first, I think, which started to turn me around. Then he hit me with the front, just by momentum. I tried to gas it up to keep the drift going and make us be able to finish the run, but I guess I had already dipped off in the grass a little bit, and it spun the car around really fast and came back in and hit the right rear of my car and the right rear of his car, and that's really what did, unfortunately, the most damage, probably to both of our cars. It's definitely what hurt mine the most. I tore the axle up, and the stuff you just saw me go through. And that was kind of the end of the battle. It was a bummer. Neither one of us wanted to tear our stuff up. Again, no hard feelings from either side. Nate would tell you the same thing, I think, of what went down and why. But the car's fixed, and we are ready to go to Atlanta. I'm about to start loading up the trailer, and I really think we have a good chance. I think I'm still frustrated by clutch kickers and the D-bead and that whole situation, but we're moving on from that, and it's time to go try and put it on the podium at the big stage. And I think this car is capable of it. I think I am capable of it as a driver. And we're really excited to kind of put a cap on the clutch kickers weekend. I really appreciate Cletus hosting. His crew there did a jam up job of trying to keep the track dry and or get it dry after the rain. I wish we'd had some cat equipment there to tow my car off track when we had the wreck, but really top-notch facility, great people there working, and hope we get the opportunity to go back. So with that, I will kind of end this one. We're ready to go to Atlanta. I'm going to be doing the live updates and try and upload videos the day of, after practice and after competition, so be looking out for those. If you haven't already, take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on a video soon.